Did a man know that a single scene he saw in a dream would completely change his life? What he saw was so extraordinary that even when he woke up in the morning, his heart was racing. This is exactly where Freud comes into play, because according to him, dreams are not just random images throughout the night, but encrypted messages sent to us by our subconscious. But the most surprising thing was that Freud said these messages could reveal the deepest secrets of our lives. And now I ask you, how would you feel if you discovered that your dreams were actually trying to warn you? Everyone who heard this story wondered the same thing. And you do too, do not you? Years ago, on the streets of Vienna, a doctor was trying to understand the most hidden thoughts of people. He listened to the dreams his patients described, not only through words, but also through the messages hidden in their silences. This doctor's name was Sigmund Freud, and shortly after, he realized that the human mind was a secret universe. The most important thing that caught Freud's attention was this: when everyone shared their dreams, they only heard the surface story. However, the real messages were hidden among the desires and fears that people had suppressed in their subconscious. Freud proposed that dreams spoke in symbols, and that each symbol carried a personal meaning for the individual. Some found it difficult to believe this, but over time, Freud's theories revolutionized the world of psychology. And the most astonishing part was this: realizing that our subconscious was sending these messages to us could change our lives. If you also want to uncover the secrets behind your dreams, pay close attention, because the real journey is beginning now. Every dream, every symbol, every detail was saying that the subconscious was hiding a clue. And according to Freud, reading these clues correctly could even affect the decisions, emotions, and relationships in our lives. How far would you want to go to decode this hidden language? At the same time, I should remind you that you are not alone. Millions of people are curious about the meaning of their dreams. According to Freud, dreams spoke a two-layered language. The first layer was the manifest content that everyone could see, that is, the surface story of the dream. The second layer was the latent content, the hidden part behind the dream, consisting of messages sent to us by our subconscious. For example, seeing oneself flying in a dream might appear on the surface as a feeling of freedom. But Freud would read this only as a symbol, because flying could often be a sign of suppressed desires, fear of losing control, or childhood experiences. To decode the secrets of dreams, Freud carefully analyzed symbols and details. Every object, every color, even the setting of the dream reflected the emotions of our subconscious. According to him, dreams were not merely entertainment or coincidence, but a real psychological map. Although some dreams seemed frightening or strange, they were actually the subconscious trying to express itself. And the most interesting part was that these symbols varied from person to person, because everyone's subconscious spoke a different language. If you also try to interpret your own dreams, you will see that every detail carries a clue. Freud's methods were simple yet profound. Observe, take notes, and connect the symbols. And you must not forget that every dream showed us not only who we are, but also what we have suppressed and which emotions we are unaware of. Now think, what door could the hidden message of your dream open in your life today? If you are curious, in the next chapter, we will begin to trace the path of suppressed emotions. According to Freud, dreams were mirrors that reveal the emotions we hid in the deepest corners of our subconscious. Most of the time, fears, anger, and desires that we were not even aware of surface through dreams. For example, if a person repeatedly saw in their dream that they were afraid of falling, this could actually be a sign of their fear of losing control in life. Freud did not only interpret such dreams, he also provided clues about a person's inner world. Suppressed emotions secretly express themselves in dreams through symbols, colors, and events. And the most striking part was this: sometimes these messages were so subtle that a person could not understand their meaning until they woke up. Dreams whispered to us the thoughts that our subconscious could not express. According to Freud, this was why every dream was an invitation to confront our own soul and understand the feelings we had suppressed. How far would you want to go to see how your own suppressed emotions appear in your dreams? Every symbol carried a warning, every scene contained a lesson, and Freud recommended patience and attention to decode them. If you also start reading these messages, you may see astonishing effects on your decisions, relationships, and choices in life. And you must not forget this: you are not alone. Everyone's subconscious holds secrets waiting to be unraveled. In the next chapter, we will explore the hidden meanings of dream symbols and see how these symbols touch our lives. According to Freud, every object, every color, and every scene in dreams was a symbol. But these symbols were never what they appeared to be. For example, a snake was not just an animal. Sometimes it symbolized suppressed fears, and sometimes hidden desires. Seeing a door could mean opportunities, new paths waiting to be opened in the subconscious. Freud emphasized that dream symbols were not universal and carried different meanings for each individual. According to him, to decode the meaning of a symbol, a person's life, past, and emotional state should be taken into account. Dreams were read like a code in this way, and symbols were the key. And the most striking part was this: the messages behind the symbols often revealed desires and fears of which we were unaware. As Freud's clients interpreted these symbols, they began to confront their own subconscious and started living their lives with a deeper awareness. How carefully would you look to decode the symbols in your own dream? Remember that every symbol is a warning, a guide, and sometimes carries clues that could change your life. And we can all learn the language of these symbols. We just need to observe carefully and try to understand. We all have the opportunity to decode these hidden messages, and now you can take your first step on this journey. In the continuation of the story, we will see one of Freud's most striking dream examples and realize the true power of symbols. Everyone was astonished by this example. Are you not curious to see what will happen? One of Freud's clients had been seeing the same dream repeatedly for weeks. Each dream began in the same house, in the same corridors, and in front of the same door, but the details changed slightly. The client tried to decipher the meaning of this dream, but could never remember exactly what happened upon waking. Freud immediately pointed out that the message underlying these recurring dreams was a repressed trauma. Every shadow, every room, every door contained unresolved fears and emotions in the subconscious. The most striking aspect of the dream was that it brought to the surface desires and anxieties of which the client was unaware. Freud asked the client not only to describe the dream, but also to write down their feelings, thoughts, and even the emotions that the dream itself evoked in detail. The client was initially astonished by this process because they realized how complex and mysterious their own mind was. Freud interpreted every detail by decoding the symbols in the dream and revealed the messages hidden in the client's subconscious. And the most radical part was this: the message of this dream led the client to make profound changes in their life. Their self-confidence increased, they evaluated their relationships differently, and they began to understand their own emotional boundaries more clearly. Freud's approach proved that dreams were not merely fantasies, but that the subconscious could serve as a powerful guide. Everyone was astonished by this example because the influence of dreams on our lives was much deeper than it appeared. How would you react if your own dream had such power? In the next chapter, we will see how dreams reflect universal emotions, and you will begin to understand your own feelings more clearly. According to Freud, dreams reflect not only personal, but also universal emotions. Emotions such as fear, longing, guilt, love, and anger appear in different forms within every dream. For example, if a person gets lost in a dream, this may not only represent the fear of losing direction, but also a sense of uncertainty and loss of control in their life. Dreams are the way our subconscious expresses itself, and this expression can be so powerful that a person cannot escape its effect even after waking. Freud stated that dreams convey universal emotions through symbols, and these symbols can carry almost the same meaning for all humans. However, since each individual interprets these symbols through their own experiences, the language of dreams has both a personal and a universal structure. Dreams are like emotional mirrors. Every scene we see shows us not only our inner world, but also the fundamental emotions of being human. Therefore, decoding dream symbols is a unique opportunity to understand both ourselves and the basic dynamics of human nature. Freud's observations were regarded as one of the most effective ways to understand people's emotional responses. How would you feel if you recognized the universal emotions that your dream made you experience? And this awareness can sometimes create small but profound changes in your life. Through dreams, we can confront the emotions we have suppressed or are unaware of and delve into the depths of our inner world. In the next chapter, we will see how dreams touch our everyday lives and influence our choices. According to Freud, dreams are not merely fantasies that decorate the night, but subconscious messages that reveal aspects of our lives of which we are unaware. The dreams we experience can unconsciously influence our decisions, choices, and relationships. For example, dreams about constantly being late or getting lost may reflect time management issues and a fear of losing control in our lives. Or repeatedly being stuck in the same place in a dream could be the subconscious reminding us of unresolved problems. Freud stated that dreams guide us regarding our inner world and emotional life. Through dreams, our subconscious sends us messages. Sometimes we do not notice these messages upon waking, but their effects are reflected in our behaviors. Every symbol, every scene, and every emotion provides us with clues about our decisions and relationships. Studies on Freud's clients showed that dreams can do more than just be analyzed. They can actually change the direction of life. When we apply what we learn from dreams to our lives, our emotional awareness increases, and we can make our choices more consciously. How would your life change if you noticed the messages your dream was sending you? And the interesting thing is this: most people unconsciously ignore these messages, but small awareness can produce significant results. Dreams quietly intervene in the ordinary flow of daily life, alerting us and guiding us. In the next chapter, we will examine the reasons behind recurring dream patterns and their connection to our obsessions. And we will show you that some dreams are actually hidden guides for our lives. The recurring patterns of dreams sometimes appear to be mere coincidences, but according to Freud, there is a deep meaning behind these patterns. For example, constantly getting lost in the same place, arguing with the same person, or losing the same object. These are not just random images, but messages from the subconscious. Freud proposed that recurring dreams are often connected to unresolved emotions, suppressed fears, and unrecognized desires. When analyzing his clients' dreams, the point Freud paid the most attention to was which emotional state was triggered by the recurring scenes. Sometimes a small symbol appears repeatedly, and the client may initially ignore it, but according to Freud, the importance of this symbol is significant. Every recurring scene serves as a warning. It reminds us that there are still issues in our subconscious waiting to be resolved. And the most striking part was this: when clients realized the meaning of these recurring dreams, they could make significant changes in their lives. How would you feel if you discovered that your dream had been giving you the same message over and over again? Perhaps it was a sign that would bring to the surface an emotion you had not noticed until now, or a fear you had suppressed. And at that exact moment, an unexpected awareness could catch you and change the course of your life. This is where Freud's method comes into play. Recurring dreams are not just coincidences, but clues whispered to you by your subconscious. When you notice these clues, a door may open that could completely change the direction of your own life. In the next chapter, we will explore the closing messages and moral lessons of dreams and reach the emotional climax of the story. The hidden language of dreams and the messages whispered by the subconscious were, in Freud's view, the most valuable secrets of the human soul. Every dream, every symbol, and every recurring scene offers us an opportunity to better understand ourselves, our emotions, and our lives. Freud's clients gained deep awareness within their inner world as they decoded their dreams. Facing suppressed emotions, recurring patterns, and symbols may be challenging at first, but ultimately it creates astonishing effects on the flow of life. How would you react if you noticed the messages your dreams were sending and made changes in your life? Dreams sometimes provide small warnings and sometimes life-changing lessons. The important thing is to notice them and try to understand them. And the most striking part is this: even though millions of people may not notice the secrets behind their dreams, you are now on this journey. Every dream is a door, every symbol is a key, and every awareness is like a light. Thus, as Freud taught, decoding dreams becomes not only a tool for psychology, but also a powerful tool for understanding life itself. Everything you learn on this journey is an opportunity to live your life more consciously and mindfully, guided by your own subconscious. Do you also want to decode the messages behind your dreams and take a deeper look into your inner world? Remember, you are not the only one who wants to uncover these secrets, and every step of awareness will make you stronger. With the power of dreams, you can reshape your life and apply the lessons whispered by your subconscious. And so, our story ends here, but your journey begins now. One of Freud's most controversial ideas about dream analysis was the view that childhood desires continue to shape our subconscious even in adulthood. According to him, most dreams were a reflection of the desires we repressed in early years and the unresolved conflicts that followed. This theory, especially the part about the power of family relationships in the subconscious, both inspired admiration and sparked major debates. Freud did not see the recurring appearance of family figures in his clients' dreams as a coincidence. Many people experience the figure of a mother or father in their dreams through different symbols, sometimes as an authority, sometimes as a protector, and sometimes as an obstacle. For Freud, this was not just a symbolic coincidence, but a sign coming from the deepest roots of the subconscious. Because the experiences we lived in childhood, the emotions we repressed, and the conflicts we left unresolved would resurface in our dreams later in life. And the interesting part was that when we decoded these dreams, we could gain insights that would change our lives even in adulthood. Our subconscious preferred to show us not what we feared most, but what we repressed the most. Sometimes this was a longing, sometimes an anger, and sometimes the echo of a truth we could not say. Freud's most radical claim was this: the desires we repressed in childhood could even influence the conscious decisions we made as adults. In other words, our dreams were not just visions we saw at night, but the invisible architects of our daily lives. This is why Freud said that decoding dreams was not merely a psychological analysis, but a key to living life more consciously. If you realized that your dreams were revealing a feeling you had hidden in childhood, how would you feel? Would this awareness frighten you, or would it set you free? And perhaps the greatest question is this: is it safer to know our repressed desires, or to leave them in the misty world of dreams?